So how hard was it for you to reinvent yourself as an adult? Because for the most part, people had only seen you in that group, and they had only seen you doing Candy Rain, and they only had seen you doing Mr. Telephone Man. So that's all they knew you from. So how difficult was it for you to reinvent yourself to be taken seriously as an adult artist?
It wasn't that difficult. Once I got a grasp.
Well, you started tearing up ish like a grown man.
When I started to really see the crowd reacting to what I was doing, it just made me feel stronger in what I was doing, what I was about.
When you saw the crowd react like that, in the back of your mind as you're performing, I made the right decision. This is what I'm supposed to do.
That's exactly what happened. That it got into the back of my head that if I didn't do this, I don't think that we would be still successful. If I hadn't went solo.
Right.
If I hadn't, gotten put out the group and had to, fend for myself.
You do realize it's not often you go solo, boom, blow up. Bell Biv DeVoe go solo,
boom,
blow up. Ralph, boom. It doesn't happen like that. Normally you get LTD, you get Jeffrey Osborne.
Yeah.
He does what he does. You get the Commodores, you get Lionel Richie. He goes off, does what he does. You get Harold Melvin in the Blue Notes, you get Teddy Pendergrass, he goes and does what he does. But all the members were standalones once they had to stand alone.
Right.
You realize how unique that is, Bobby? Did you ever think about that? Like, damn. It's like having Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, and Peyton Manning all on the same team. And then they go elsewhere and they start like, damn, that's what you had.
Yeah. New Edition, that's what New Edition stands for. It stands for, we are the super group that did the impossible.
Yes. I can't think about the top of my head as I'm looking at all these groups that I named. I don't think when you go back and look at them, obviously NSYNC with, JT, but when you go back and look at it, I don't know if they had the success like individually like you guys had.
No one has done it.
Wow.
That's the great thing about New Edition. No one has done what we have accomplished.
How difficult is it to be a star?
When you talk about being a star, what do you mean? The line being in the limelight?
Being in the limelight. Okay, you got to produce in the area in which you're in. So you're a singer, you got to be able to come out with hit records. You're an entertainer also, you got to be able to entertain.
Right.
Because some people, I feel that they're better entertainers than singers. And some people I feel they can sing better than they can entertain.
Right.
But you were both. You had to be both. And you had to be lights out every single night that you hit the stage. The pressure to keep coming out with these hit songs, the pressure to perform at the highest level. You can't have an off night, Bobby.
No, you can't.
You're by yourself.
You can't. I think that's why I say work on your craft.
Okay.
Always practice on your craft. Always be mean to yourself when it's time to rehearse.
Okay.
When it's time to get out there and do it. When it's time to get in front of people and be nice to people. I've never said no to an autograph from a fan.
Really?
Never. Ever.
So you enjoyed the meet and greets?
I enjoy the meet and greets. I enjoy being recognized. I enjoy every part of it.
Right.
Because it's who pays my bills.
Right.
They pay my bills.
But damn, Bobby, what about when you was on the sneak tip and you didn't want to be recognized? Bobby say, it is what it is.
They recognize you. You have to go ahead and do it.
And you go ahead and say to make sure they don't blow the cover.
Right.
Let me ask you this. Obviously, the cars were some of the worst purchases. They probably wouldn't have been bad had you not left them.
Yeah.